I'm thrilled that I'm not buying oil and enriching our enemies overseas anymore. And I did a press release on it. I got the solar panels, the electric car, the CNG car. Through this program, you can also buy energy efficient infrastructure, and there may be some gas heaters now that are much more efficient than your heater, which may be old now. And insulation, it's a wonderful program. I urge you to go online, look at WRCOG's Hero program, and get, if you're going to follow through with the panels that are come a lot less expensive, get 3 bids. Don't just take the first bid. And I think you'll find a product that is right for you and will help you lower your utility bills. It's a great program. So far, and by the way, it is privately funded. It's financed through your property taxes. There's no public money. It's all private money. Over $100 million has been dispensed already for people. Over 2,000 of our constituents have taken advantage of this program, which is going to be very, very helpful this summer with San Onofre Down, which provides 20 to 25% of our power in Southern California.
Is that only in Riverside? Or?
It's only in Riverside County. But we are marketing it now to all the counties. We have a program, we've kind of copyrighted the program, patented the program, and we are telling other counties, don't recreate the wheel. We've got the program, and for a small fee, of course, we will implement it in your county. Yes?
Back to guns. The congressman who has been hollering on TV, we already have enough laws, support the laws. He's the one who got Congress to pass a bill which totally emasculated the firearms, whatever it is, the Firearms Control Board. They haven't had a director in years because the NRA Bush congressman won't allow them to have because they don't want regulations. And the FDA can't, you know, the tax. Anyway, you know the copy. Anyway, they can't do anything because they're not allowed to by congressional law.
And your question?
My question is, how can you say we have laws enough? Let's go with those laws. What we got to do is get our people to let the federal tax and firearms and all that. Let them do their job, get them a director, and take away the restrictions that have been placed on them.
Well, I think what you're saying is you need some leadership within this agency, correct?
Well, they need leadership, but also they're not allowed to ask dealers questions. They can't look at dealers and inspect every before he sees what's going out the back door.
Right. I have no issue with oversight of especially those that sell guns and making sure that the laws are in fact being enforced. What I don't support is more laws that aren't going to solve the problem. The problem is going to be solved by personal responsibility and making sure that we do appropriate background checks on people, and you can't get around that system. And we need to empower the FBI to go after the legal black market of weapons that includes automatic weapons that fall into the wrong hands, and you see the kind of horrible travesties that we see. I mean, the issue of this LAPD guy, I mean, this is a guy that unfortunately, for as long as we have guns, no matter how many laws we have on the books, there's always going to be an incident in this country, unfortunately, when somebody that has a mental illness, whether they didn't have it when they got the gun and got it while they had the gun, or people that make inappropriate decisions on a moment's notice, there are going to be casualties. Innocent people are going to get hurt with guns. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I can tell you here today, you could take away all the guns in the United States and we would still have murders in the United States. Although I'd like to minimize those and create laws that protect the public as much as we possibly can. We need to proactively go after the illicit guns that the criminals get their hands on. And unfortunately, the incidents that we saw with the LAPD officer is just one of those situations where you got a man that's highly trained. He was trained by the police, he was trained by the military, he had assault weapons, and unfortunately, he tried to make a point that was rather unfortunate that cost some innocent people their lives, which is regretful.
But the
been horrible.
We have to stop worshiping guns. We have to stop worshiping guns. We can worship other things that are much more humane.
Yeah, we got one more question, as George said.
Well, I just wanted to know, real quick, I just want to know if homeowner associations, which are nonprofit organizations, would be qualified to use that HERO program.
Do you pay a property tax for common areas?
Yeah.
Yes, then you would qualify.
Cool.
Yes, and if you want, by the way, if you want any information, if you can't find the HERO program, call my office. Monday's a county holiday, so we're not open. But Tuesday we'll be open, and you can either find me online at soupjeffstone.org or call my office at 951-955-1030. 955-1030. Ask for Rose, and she'll get you all the information. If you need help filling out the application, you can come into our office, or I'm sure Kevin Jeffries would be happy to help you go through the HERO program application.
Not everybody here is from Jeffries, but from all over.
No, can we finalize it? We got one
I have a
speaker and
question.
then
Where's
we'll
the
go
medical
around
school
and let him
going to be
know
located?
where they're off.
The medical school is going to be located on the UCR campus. And then we are working with UCR, and it's my hope that we have the UCR County of Riverside Medical Center at our county hospital. So we're working on a relationship with them right now where we can do residencies in our county hospital. And so it'd be nice to have some teaching medical professionals that have PhDs in areas of cardiac health, dialysis, kidney problems, liver problems, where a lot of people, I mean, for an open heart surgery, you can't even get it done in our county. You got to go to Anaheim or you got to go to Loma Linda. I want to be able to have open heart surgeries here.
Not at Riverside? They said this is a heart hospital.
No, no,
And research.
no. And research, exactly. So a lot of us go to UCLA, UCSD when we have some significant, cancer problems or cardiac problems requiring, open heart surgery. We're going to be able to do those things right here with the best medical professionals in the country.
Are
So,
they going to teach pharmacists too?
do they teach pharmacists?
Are they going to teach pharmacy?
Well, we have a new pharmacy school in Pomona, one in Loma Linda, one in San Diego, but there's not going to be a pharmacy school at UCR. We have plenty locally here to satisfy the need.
Right, I think before we, I think we should give the applause first, thank you.
Thank you.
Very enlightening experience to hear you speak, Jeff.
Thank you.
And I want to go around the table now, to each table and notify you where the members are from. So can we do that?
Sure. My name is Thomas Ketchum. I'm a legislative assistant with Supervisor Kevin Jeffries.
Randy Owners, Community Sun City, Menifee.
Yeah, we're at this table now.
Who are you? Who are you? Go ahead. Nelda Richards from Mead Valley,
Mid-Valley.
and she's sort of my buddy, coming together. And I'm Britt Holmstrom, also Mead Valley.
Claudia Stoutenberg, Nuevo.
Glenn Stoutenberg, Nuevo, and I've changed my opinion about you. I like your person. I'm a centrist Democrat, but I like you much better than I do.
Thank you.
Ralph Heilman, Lake Matthews.
Judy Highland, like Matthews.
Everett Price, Mead Valley, you are definitely not a rhino.
Thank you.
Gail Taylor, the farm in Wildemar.
George Taylor from Waldemar, and I enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
John Guerin, observing Riverside County Airport Land Use Commission staff.
Thank you.
Boyd Roberts from French Valley.
Betty Anderson, Haruka Valley.
Stephen Anderson, Mariloma.
Bob Wheeler, Murrieta, an economist.
Joe Scarafoni, Hemet.
Mark Miller, Manatee.
Luz Casteco, Sun City.
Welcome.
Paul Jacobs, Temecula.
Always nice to see you, Paul.
And Garry Grant.
And Gary, nice to see you always. We see Gary every week, we see Paul every week. And, it takes a lot of energy to go down to Riverside and speak before the Board of Supervisors every week. And, I always believe in treating, our speakers with dignity and respect. And even though sometimes I will vociferously, but respectfully disagree, but I don't believe in name calling. And, I think everybody's entitled to their freedom of speech. And I appreciate that the two of them regularly come and make sure that they keep an eye on the board. So we welcome that.
And can I also just add that when I approached the board about access to government concerning the parking situation, Supervisor Stone listened and heard what we were saying, and they immediately reversed the fees for disabled parking. I've never seen government act so quickly, but by the time we left for lunch at noon, the parking for disabled was free, and took a little longer, but if you address the board, you can also get free.
Well, I've always learned in 20 years in government that, you know, when we get elected, there are many politicians that think they know better than everybody, and I'm not one of those. I learned a lot from the people that come and speak at the dais, and I never go in really with many preconceived votes on how I'm going to vote on something. I want to hear all the facts, and then we formulate an opinion. But you know, Garry comes to the podium regularly. I agree with him on some things, and I disagree with him on other things. But and same thing with Paul. But Paul came up with the right solution to a problem. People that come to the board to testify should not have to pay to park. You know, that's something that they're paying taxes for, and that should go to helping them exert their freedom of speech and be able to come tell the board how they feel about things, and not have to pay for it.
Two more things that are benefits if you come down there. If you have a handicap sticker or plate, you're not restricted to just those spaces that have the handicap sign. You can park anywhere, and you do not have to pay for the parking for the board meetings. I don't know about other meetings. The other one is, and you should be saying this also, there is at least one space that I saw the other day that I was down there for alternative energy cars.
Yes, we have an electric depot in the main garage, and we have one across the street in the bank building as well. So, you know, one of my goals in getting the electric car was that I wanted people to see in the county that we have this alternative car that's affordable now. The range of the car that I have is 125 miles. Most people drive about 70 miles a day, 60 miles a day. So for most people, this car would work. And basically I come home, and I plug it in, I wake up in the morning, it takes about 5 hours for a charge, and I got 125 miles. Nice. When I drive it to 50 miles to the county for at least a 4-hour day, I plug it right in the county, and when I leave, I've got another 125-mile range. And like I said, I've got 5,000 miles on this car, and I haven't spent a cent on gasoline since October 31st.
Battery life?
The battery life is 10 years or 100,000 miles. So, and the car, what I like about this car, is called a CODA car, C-O-D-A. You might look at it online. It doesn't look like a car from outer space. It looks like a normal Camry or something like that. But if you don't want to rush into getting an electric car, there's so much investment now going into electric cars that range is going to get better and the prices are going to start to come down. And there will be a time in many of your lifetimes when you will be just plugging in your car in your garage and never having to buy another gallon of gasoline again. And I mean, gasoline is so high right now with the blends, and they've always got some crazy reason why it should be $5 a gallon. But you know, we got to get off of fossil fuels. Except methane, which is natural gas, because I think it's threatening our national security, because we keep enriching companies that have oil that don't have our best interest in mind. So anyway, nice seeing all of you. And
I just want to ask, about what does that cost you a month, do you figure, to plug your car in? And how many miles a day are you driving?
I'm driving on an average about 100 miles a day. And it costs about $1 an hour to charge it. So it costs about $5 a day for me to charge my. So for $5 I can go up to 125 miles.
Nice.
And by the way, with electric car there's no tune-ups.
Nice.
And with electric car there's no lube and oil changes. So all you got to do is rotate your tires every 7,500 miles. So. And I'm over my time now. So nice seeing all of you. Thank you very much.
There's no office. It's a cheap mic. Thanks a lot.
At Riverside, we really wanted to create a small business that was for small businesses. We wanted to create a marketing company that small businesses could afford from day one. And so we put together solutions that are designed for you, the small business owner.
What sets us apart is a lot of companies out there say they'll do your social media for you, but all in reality they're doing is taking your information that you provide and they're just putting it up for you. At EverSocial, we actually create the content for you. We literally take on your business as if it's our own. We think like the business owner. That's what makes us absolutely unique.
When we were thinking of the idea behind EverSocial, it was really a lot of work because we wanted to create something that everybody could use. Today, most agencies out there are not affordable for small business owners. I know as a small business owner for over 20 years, I've always wanted to be able to access creative talent, design talent that the big guys use.
We're very passionate about not just our social media and not just our business. We're very passionate about yours.
At EverSocial, we have talented writers, graphic designers, branding specialists, video and photo production services. We have everything that you need to get your small business online and looking amazing.
So, if you've been hesitant about managing your social media, or you just don't have the time or wherewithal to do it, give us a call. We'll do it for you. It's that easy. At EverSocial, we do it for you.